This was the moment that the creator of Earth's final collapse set his sights on Goku. He is finally about to capture the Saiyan into his command. Goku will soon be getting pushed into the obedience of his unseen master's rule. Goku's ultimate force has no spark to be found. He'll end up failing everyone he's ever protected. His lack in power will leave him with only this last option. He must follow the command he's being pulled into. Broly has a talent beyond any level Goku has ever tackled before. That drive to always come out the strongest will be lost in the devastating gap between their strength. This will be no time for pickiness. To save them all, Goku will accept help from anyone, even with the Earth's greatest, well-hidden danger. But the disguised ruler sees Goku's worries as quite unnecessary. Goku! He will be simply handing over to Goku the greatest of advantages. He realizes how difficult it'll be for Goku to trust in this partnership. But this will be the single answer to defeating Broly. Only because he has chosen to provide his knowledge. Goku's precious little friends will have at least the chance to be spared. Goku should feel nothing but thanks towards his new commander. Because outside of the personal danger that this union holds in store for Goku, the Saiyan will grant the deepest wish his leader has been waiting so patiently for. Even this dark leader can easily sympathize with the anger Goku must feel towards his own absence of strength. He knows himself what it's like to train so harshly that immortality can almost be felt flowing through his veins. But still, to have that same power betray its owner, it's beyond discouraging. Drains all motivation from the soul. But now, the hidden master will test Goku's will. Why even try? He can doubt it, or even hate that he's becoming a part of it. Either way, Goku's new alliance has been pointing to the same fate from the moment the god's fear of this mortal was quietly overheard. And finally, that fate is about to arrive. Or better said, Frieza is. This made Frieza's regretful decision to join this tournament suddenly worth it. Thing is, these AniFam members won in the $1,000 giveaway by clicking the notification bell and watching the entire video until the end. A power even the gods were envious of. Had to be his key to the Super Dragon Balls. Otherwise, he'd actually have to put in effort to win. Work for it himself, or team up with his most hated enemy. Not a very difficult choice to make. He'd already made his work ethics very clear. For Frieza, the highest of all beings, to depend on someone else. How absurd. But even the greatest warrior ever wasn't blind to the challenges that Jiren would soon cause. But even having to force himself to go against his better judgment, Frieza's success was slowly slipping away. Ultra Instinct was seeming to be only a one-time occurrence. and with each passing moment, Frieza became more certain. To be the final warrior standing on the Tournament of Powers stage, the only thing left to do now was sit back and wait for Ultra Instinct to take out all the other fighters for him. But Frieza had made some tragic miscalculations. Firstly, the more Ultra Instinct took its toll on Goku's body, the longer it took for him to reach that level again. And secondly, his worst nightmare. Jiren had been holding back more than just a little. Extremely disappointed with Goku's inability to tap into that god power just one more time, Frieza was coming close to being forced to help again, throwing his plans completely away. But it wouldn't hurt to wait just a little longer. Let Vegeta waste the time away. Frieza figured this might just be Goku's chance to allow his weak body to pick up the slack. But never did Frieza expect things to turn this much into his favor. Not only was Frieza able to stay in the shadows, but now Goku was fully able to believe he was the only one left, holding the fate of Universe 7 on his shoulders. And from there, Frieza's plan was coming back on course so easily. But all of Goku's advancements, even now, they were still failing him. Frieza's hope was disappearing until he realized that Jiren had made a mistake. Frieza had already learned in his many battles with this same Saiyan to push Goku further than his current limits were able to reach. That was the worst possible move Jiren could have ever made for himself. But for Frieza, nothing else in this tournament had been nearly as pleasing. Frieza's perfect assistant. Never had Goku made him so proud. No other fighter would have had the will to push himself through such a harsh ability. But the best trait Frieza found in his still unaware servant. No other person would have been brainless enough to fall so easily right into the middle of Frieza's trap. The Super Dragon Balls were practically already sitting in Frieza's hands. Frieza wondered if maybe he was the brainless one, to have actually trusted such an inferior being to fulfill his only role. He really should have expected to be the only fighter capable of carrying the weight of Universe 7 in the end. But regardless of having to forfeit the Super Dragon Balls, Frieza didn't find Goku's performance to be a complete disappointment. Although originally anticipating Jiren to be taken out before Goku fell into his weakened state once more, much of Frieza's plan was still intact. After all, Ultra Instinct had severely weakened the two main terrors present in the world of Void. Just enough for him to eliminate both of them all by himself. This just meant he'd have to find a different way to defeat the most annoying of Saiyans. And like most things in his life, that new path came to him with no effort. Through Beerus giving him the chance to return to his army so quickly, Frieza found the one device that made Goku's defeat beyond unavoidable. If he's to fight off a Saiyan, maybe the best way to win would be through another Saiyan. Frieza knew he would have a bit of trouble fending off Ultra Instinct himself. That is, if he ignores his own improvements that he was, of course, holding back during the Tournament of Power. But the Saiyan he's recruited seems like an even better option. The undefeatable Frieza. Once again, only for his own benefit. through the use of another fighter, Broly, will Frieza finally bring an end to his longtime rival. But this strength is uncontrollable. With power levels reaching this high, Frieza is sure that Broly will soon overtake his reign. Overtake? Frieza should know better than to fall for something so outrageous. Broly will never be able to overtake the great Frieza. Frieza has some unfinished business with Goku. No failures will be accepted this time. Goku can say Ultra Instinct is unreachable all he wants. But this only works in Frieza's favor even more. The only person with the knowledge of how Broly's power works, and with Goku finding an absence in Ultra Instinct's spark, Frieza knows without doubt Goku will allow one more alliance with the most evil of villains. Having already seen which buttons must be pushed to force Goku into that unthinking state again, Frieza will wait in the shadows once more, as Broly passes levels Goku has never tackled. And with Broly crushing through the earth in such short notice after the Tournament of Power's end, time is also on Frieza's side.
The Tournament of Power opened my eyes. No way I can stay at the same level I'm at now.
With no time to heal from its last occurrence, defeating Broly will be all it takes to leave Goku with no way to protect against Earth's greatest, well-hidden danger, as Frieza takes him down, as originally planned, in the world of Void.